Hi, my name is William Cash, and I'm bringing you Think of Life from a Wheelchair. I was born with spina bifida, and I've had to take and live with a wheelchair for quite some time right now. And just thinking about all the different things that I had to go through in order to take and keep going. This is the beast right here. It's what keeps me going. It's basically everything that I live for in my life. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but you know what? It gets me from point A to point B. And just in life, we have to take and move from point A to point B. And I do motivational type speeches about this wheelchair. This was me. I wanted to be more in my life. I became more in my life if I break it down. And I'm thinking about all the greatest things and the aspirations that I had. And they give you everything in this world, they give you a lot of false hope. But when it comes down to it, I always had to take and be grasped down to reality. And when it comes down to that, sometimes these people that give you that last chance doctor are the ones that want to make their name for themselves. And they think about it and they say, you know what? We can take you out of the wheelchair. We can make you who you are, who we think you can be. But the person deep down inside has to be 100% of what they want to be in this life. And you know what? I look at that wheelchair and it's not a life with challenges. It's not just those steps and all those different obstacles that I've had to take and live with all my life. It's part of me. It's became something so great. It's actually moved me forward in my life. It's helped me to take and overcome everything that there is. In the same steps that you make towards thinking out every move that you've had to take, everything that you do, it's just like a game of chess. And when you have to take and move forward and you have to take and plan every day of your life, and you think about it and you go, you know what? I don't want to struggle anymore. I don't want to take a move today because I have to. I want to because I'm trying to reach the new heights. I'm trying to find that new level in my life. I want to find that new strength of how everything can move forward and be able to one day, find those goals, even the smaller ones, as you can tell, are great if we can reach up for them and we can be able to move forward with our lives. And you got to think, these people in our lives, our families, are the ones that actually move us. They keep us grounded. Sometimes they actually keep us within our own constraints of our lives. But you know what? Don't look at what you were given as a struggle. Look at life as it was given to you from it's a possibility. And you can rethink your playtimes. You can rethink about your life. You can rethink about the goals and how everything in your life can be great. Just don't ever let anything take and move you in a part where you ever get negative about your own life. And don't ever think about the things that you have or you don't have. Just remember, sometimes the greatest things are what we fear the most. I used to fear oceans because I couldn't swim, I couldn't do a lot of things, but I now look at it and go, you know what? That's the greatest thing ever. I find them so interesting. I can go in there and I can be something, I can move freely. I can find the water and I can find that sooner or later I can move on my own path. And sometimes we look at life and we go, you know what? I want to know what kind of trail we found or where we had to move on. And the greatest parts of it is that sometimes trying to find your own path, maybe not the easiest thing in the world, but it's always going to be fun to find it. And don't be scared about the things that we have nothing that we can, overcome. Sometimes they're just the black and white scary pictures that we see ourselves like we're stuck in this wheelchair, this beast. And we think of our lives going like, well, there's nothing that's going to ever matter. And then we think about the race that we've always been in our life. And it's always been an uphill battle. It's always been that struggle. And as long as we keep moving forward, we're gaining a part of that race in this wheelchair. And by looking at everything else there is, this is our time to take and move forward and progress on. And remember, the coolest part about it is that life is an uphill battle. And we struggle. And we struggle to find everything that there is. We're trying to find every answer that there is. And sometimes, there's never going to be that miracle cure that's going to help us to take and get out of our wheelchair. And sometimes we have to look at our friends, our family, and look at our support team and see how close they are to us. And as long as we keep that support team close to us and we realize and we're grateful for it, you know what? We are not alone in this. We're able to take and keep moving forward. And we can live on the edge. And we can find those new struggles as challenges. And sometimes it bounces us around, just like this guy right here. He's jumping off of a bungee cut jump, and I've done it quite a few times now. And it's great. Sometimes the risk is just keeps us alive. And when life seems to be non-challenging, sometimes it seems to be boring, we look at it and we go, you know what? We gotta find the ability to keep that challenge in it. Be able to keep the struggles that we have, keep everything that we have that moves us forward, and be able to take and push on to the next level. And that wheelchair that we once thought was a, beast, doesn't have to be our end. Doesn't have to be a lot of things. Sometimes it's the greatest thing that gave us our own ability to take and move forward. It was the obstacle that we needed to take and move to the goals that we have to go for. And we'll sometimes overcome our greatest mountains, our greatest challenges. And that's what we have to look at. And that's what we're going to look at when we have our life, is that we've overcome everything that there is. Because on the peak of that mountain, that's what we've overcome. That's our path in life, just like everything else. Our life isn't half full. Wheelchairs aren't half full because we fully put ourselves in them. And if we let it be our beast, if we let it be our enemy, we're not going to move forward in our life. And when we can't move forward in our life, then we lose out. And I just want to make us feel, us as people, how we feel great. And I want to thank you for taking so much time out for this. And you know what? Tomorrow is going to be our newest and greatest part of our lives. Thank you.